Star, come and tell her.
Wow, see handsome Alfred.
So now I give you a 40, my baby.
Oh, okay, Alfred, you can call the show to order. We already start.
Okay, so good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever your location is. So we say once again, welcome to the Miles TV Wednesday show. We say we are happy to be back again. So before we actually go further, I would like to send a warm greetings to my brothers I have today with me. My brothers, Maras, how you doing?
Doing good, Alfred. How are you, my brother?
I'm
Good
good. I'm good.
afternoon. Good evening to everyone.
What's up, man?
Like
You
like
look
well,
amazing.
Mm,
like you see, we have our co-host here join us, Miss Kevin. Indeed, she come with that vibe. She come with that energy. With good evening to the audience tonight. Miss Kevin, we want to know why so much of the excitement. Can you tell a little bit about the excitement so much tonight?
um, I'm just happy tonight because being away for a while, like for 1 week, now being on this platform, so coming back tonight, I'm so excited, especially to our fun
Uh,
watch tonight. And I can't wait when our guest happens.
okay,
Additionally,
wow.
I have the opportunity.
I think Philip is having network issues. I think his network is fluctuating. So before we actually go, before we take our musical intro, we would like to welcome our audience tonight again. We say you guys are welcome again to the mass. Okay, I think Philip is back. So Philip, our brother Philip, I think Philip is facing network issues. So tonight is very It's going to be an interesting night. It's going to be a night full of so much of knowledge, a night full of so much wisdoms, a night full of so much of learning tonight because it is very interesting topic. And tonight we have our topic, which is integrity and doing the right thing when no one is watching. So basically, when we try to explore the principles behind character beyond applause, which is integrity. Integrity is not just about what we do when people are watching us, but what we are doing if people is watching us or not. But before we actually dive into our topic tonight, while we await our guests, we would like to take a few minutes of musical intro, and then we will be back. Excuse me. Before we take our musical intro, I would like my brother, my little brother Philip. I call him my little brother because he's my little brother, my very little brother. Yeah, even
You
though
know, I see Alfred. Let me know. I see. I'm sensing. I'm sensing war tonight. I think so. I'm sensing something like a war tonight. I don't know where it's coming from. Feel it. Feel it. Are you going? Are you
you
going
know,
to?
Maras, 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 you are knowing me for a long time, and you know what I stand for, you know what I do, and you know that I don't just call people my brother or my little brother like that. So if I'm saying that this guy is my little brother, yes, into my heart, I cherish him a lot because he is my little brother. He was I remember back then when he was young. I actually used to tutor him a lot, and then through my advices, he have reached to this point. So I'm glad. So Philip,
Ah, I see war tonight.
yeah. So Philip, my little brother, you are welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm not going to, make any comments to that. I'm just going to keep it cool because I don't want war. As Maya said, he stands war, and I don't want to, walk in that path. I'm excited. I'm glad to have you all on, the Maya's television tonight, especially my student Alfred. I happen to be his professor. So it's great to have, your student with you always. And I like the way our two ladies came out tonight. Very amazing, gorgeous. I love you all, though, Queen and Kevin. Yeah, so tonight we're going to have a super duper show. And once
At least,
again, to
at
our
least, at least, I've sister on the show tonight.
yeah, yeah. But I've already told them I'm not in for war. I'm not here for war. I've come to discuss integrity. And to our audience, we encourage you as always to invite your friends, your family, to the show. You can share it by supporting us and also commenting your thoughts and concerns you have or what questions. Thank you so much, my dear student.
Okay, thank you so much. So that was the first of my little brother. So I'm seeing my beautiful sister tonight. Before I actually call, I would like to say hi, Nigeria. No, we are the champion of Spain. To all the Madrid fans tonight, to our
Don't
audience, we
bring,
want to say
don't bring,
that
don't bring that one here
we
tonight. Don't
are
bring problem here tonight, Alfred.
we are strong, and we are going to complete the remontada that Barcelona failed to complete. We're going to represent the Spanish club tonight. So, my sister, you are welcome. My beautiful, my energetic, I call my female general. You are welcome, my sister.
Thank you so much. Our co-host, and God bless you, God bless Spain, and God bless Montreal. So once again, we are Annie, currently residing in India, and a panel of today's show. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, once again, I'm your host tonight. I'm Alfred T. Moore Jr. I'm your host tonight. So, remember, today we are living in a world where shortcuts are often rewarded and then accountability is sometimes absent. Yeah, so today we have our topic tonight, which is integrity and doing what is right, even if people is not watching you. So before we actually go and then while we await our guest, we would like to take a few minutes of musical intro, then we can proceed. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. To our CEO, who is Myers. This guy is always there. This guy is always on time. Thank you so much. So tonight again, here is our topic. We are on the topic integrity, doing what is right, even if no one is watching. This is our topic. So we would like to send a happy birthday message to one of our guests who is always there with us. He is the vice president of Labisa, Mr. Alan D. Yelu. We say happy birthday to you, and we celebrate you, and may God richly bless you. So this is our topic tonight: integrity and doing what is right, even if no one is watching. So tonight we're actually going to unpack what integrity truly means, what it matters, and how it shapes our personal life, leadership careers, and the society alike. So while we actually await our guest, I would like to ask my co-host what actually she actually knows and what is her intake on this topic that says integrity and doing what is right if no one is actually watching.
Am I audible from my end, please?
Yes, you are. You are
Yes,
audible.
you.
Okay, thank you so much host for tonight's show. Uh, I'm your co-host for tonight. I'm Kebe Esabala. When we talk about integrity, doing the right thing when no one is watching, it simply means like if you are doing something within this, you are not doing it like to impress people out there. You are doing it in a way that you know within yourself that this thing is right. But like sometimes there are certain people they do certain things like so like they pretend or they do something at the end of the day they want to get something. But you doing something, you standing for the truth and knowing that yes, this thing I'm doing, no matter what it's cost, even when people are against you, you will still stand for it. So if you are standing like for your integrity, because how people will label you tomorrow. So from the topic to tonight, that's my contribution for tonight first as we start.
Okay. So that was voice of our co-host tonight, Miss Kebe. So we would actually like to hear from my little brother, Philip J. Dolo. So Philip J. Dolo, when you actually hear people saying integrity, the word integrity, what actually comes to your mind?
Thank you so much for the question. And whenever we talk about integrity, one thing comes to mind, and that is trust, right? So the moment you hear the word integrity, trust comes to mind because people cannot trust you when you are untrue to yourself and to them as well. When you don't have the ability to stay honest, you don't have the ability to always, do what is right and on time without even seeking external validation or, a validation from your cycle. So whenever a person stays true to their word and they perform their word and in time and always do what they say, that is being consistent, we call that integrity. You do this particular thing not for a reward, or you do this particular thing not for an award, but you do this thing because you should do it, and it is right that you do it for the benefit of everyone. You need not, have many people cheering you on. You need not have many people, kind of, helping you. You need not have many people be like, yo, that guy is good. Yo, this guy is good. No, you don't need those validations, right? Whenever you stay true to yourself, whenever you stay true to your action, whenever you stay true to your words and you are consistent on them, people tend to trust you. And whenever people tend to trust you, what happens after trust is opportunities. So that is an example of integrity. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I actually take the key words that says trust. When we hear about integrity, we talk about trust. Yeah, the word trust. Okay. So, actually, integrity is not what we do in public, but it's actually what we do when no one is actually watching. Wow. So, to Vera Myers, our technical man. So now I'm saying that integrity is what we do when no one is watching. It's not what we do what people is when people are watching us. So what actually do you understand? What actually do you thing, and does that statement means?
Thank you, Alfred. Let me say thank you to all of our listeners. We want to say welcome tonight to the show. So, Alfred, even the Bible tells us, right, that God do not just look at us within the open place, right? When there is no one seeing us, those evil things or those good things that we do, they're where He look at us, right? And what are those places you talk about? So, and that simply means that God doesn't just look at our outward, appearance, the way we do things, right? But rather He look at our inward appearance, looking at our heart, because everything a man does, right, definitely comes from the heart of the man. So this means that when nobody's seeing you, right, we're in. Let's say, for example, right, there are a lot of people who have. Let me. I wanted to bring this call to the group chat before coming here. So there are a lot of us today. We make that confidence, or we make that agreement with our partners, with our parents. We give them that assurance that we were not going to do certain things, right? Oh, when I travel, I won't do this. I won't do this, right? So in a case where your mom and dad, those family members are not around, those things you used to do before them, or those commitments you made before them, now you are alone to a place, to a new land, or a land that no one knows you there, right? You're trying to create, no one know the kind of family or the kind of person you have been before, right? And you're trying to create, no one is there. But how are you going to live to that particular place? That's going to tell that, oh yes, you are being truthful to yourself, you are being truthful to your parents or guardians back home, because you have made that confidence with them, or you have made that promise to them, right? Telling them that, oh, uh, since I've been Myers, I'm not a kind of person, and then you don't expect this from me. Definitely, I'm not going to do it. You have said all those nice things, right? You have said it, but now you are being alone in India here as a student now. Are we still carrying on those same attributes that we used to have before? Those things our parents know of for. This is our secret place right now, because anything you do here now, we all are students here. We say we all are students here, and we all just meeting here. People don't know the kind of person we are. So, are you standing by those characteristics that you have back home, or you trying to change? Because here being your secret place. From there, we try to know that yes, indeed, you are truthful to yourself, or you are not truthful to yourself. So, I'll stop here for now with that single example. Thank you, Alfred.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't know, is this our guest, right?
Yes.
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 Okay, so Mr. Clarence, I don't know if I can pronounce the last name better. If someone can help me, they can do so. My little brother today.
You should ask guess what his name. Then he will better pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So our guest, we want to say, can you please do a statement of how to turn the camera on?
Alfred, can you be audible enough?
Okay, I don't know if I'm clear right now.
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay, now I'm asking if our guest can actually do us a favor by turning his camera on.
Uh, I'm uh I'm sorry, but I having some technical problems. So let me go out and see how best to come back. Maybe that will be all the show for you. But if not, then I will just do the presentations like this. Okay?
Okay,
We
no
will be
problem. You
glad
can
when you open your camera, sir.
Okay. Okay. Just wait a minute.
Yeah.
okay, no
Thank you.
problem. So while we actually await our guests to rejoin, we would actually like to ask Miss Queen Anna on this. We actually live in the world where suffering often rather considered like a baseline of success. Now, the question becomes, do we still choose to do what is actually right, or we are doing it because uh, people are looking at us? So now the question is, in your opinion, Mister, I don't know who that is. Okay. Okay. Now, Miss Cookie, can you mute your mic? Okay. Thank you. So now the question is, in your opinion, how do you actually define integrity into the fast-paced and competitive world?
Okay, thank you so much to our host, Mr. African Moore, for your correction. I'm not, and I'm Queen A, and you don't play with my dad last name. I don't joke with it. Yeah, so, when you talk about integrity, a lot of things runs to my mind that have to do with number one, those quality attributes of human that make a good person. Everyone are born made differently in their own way, in their own unique way, but those characteristics, those values you attach to yourself, those consistency, like everyone is saying that even if no one is watching, yeah, some people have private life and they have life in the public. Once you see them, you say like, is it Mr. Moson? But when you see in the house devotion, Holy Ghost fire, in blasting the Holy Ghost, but when it comes outside personality, so integrity is about those consistent things that you do, those commitment you made. Like now people want to go to church, other places, they just talk around only I will pledge this. At the end of the day, again, I'm middle of that fulfillment. So like I said, those attributes, those qualities that a person can add to themselves as value, it gives you a unique or a integrity. If you don't have an integrity as a human, I don't think that you're gonna be trusted because even if no one watching, like there get some people in the world, once you call a name, it just becomes like a laughing stock. Everyone laugh because those things that they do that is not representing them as a human. So even if no one watching, our honesty towards people, our trust, our sincerity, our fairness, our real identity, right? It's yours. And one thing I want to let the audience know before I stop, integrity can be learned. It's something that you can train yourself, that can be learned, and trust me, you're going to be a very good person. So thank you, Alfred.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So thank you so much. The last word from our sister tonight, she says integrity can be learned. So that means that you can train yourself to be good. You can train yourself to be trustworthy. You can train yourself to be a good person, even if you are suffering from being trustworthy. You are suffering from being someone that people actually believe in, someone that people actually have trust in. You can train yourself to be that person with integrity. So now our guest is back, Mr. Clarence. We want to say you are welcome. Can you introduce yourself better to our audience tonight?
Uh, I think I still having the issues of the camera, but I don't know how it is. Can we continue with the presentation?
Clarence, is it your phone you are using or your laptop?
I using my laptop. I using my laptop for
Can
the
you
presentation.
can you try your phone and see how it works?
So here's the thing, right? Just have to the camera area there on your laptop. You just have to press it. There's an area there for the camera. Once you press it, then definitely it's going to connect. Then can you mute the mic?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the issue. I have tried my possible
Hello.
best. I have.
Oh God.
Yeah. Are you getting me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Alfred, you
You're
are
audible.
muted. Alfred, you are muted.
You're audible,
I'm
sir.
still. I'm still muted.
No, no, no. You are audible. You can go ahead. If you still face an issue
Yeah.
with that, ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, I have tried all necessary means to put the camera on, but it had a technical issue,
It's
right? My
okay.
computer, I'm using an earpiece that is an earpod to do the presentation. So really, I needed to use something like a microphone that which I did the installation on before, but microphone had a problem, so my camera will not come on. If I want to use the audio, I would not use the camera. So that is the issue that I have. So I don't know if you guys are conducive with this for us to do the
It's
presentation.
It's okay. We don't have all the time. We can just go ahead, so our host can
Okay.
take the lead. Yeah, Alfred,
Okay. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Okay,
Thank you. So can I proceed?
okay. Yes, you can. You can.
All right. Okay. So thank you so
Our
much for
audience
the
want to make
introduction.
it live.
Yeah. Also, thank you so much for such a unique opportunity to be called upon today to share my thought, especially when it comes to the a topic that is very more interesting, a topic that had the propensity to shift our youthful population mindset about thinking differently, or a topic that we put our youthful population on the record trajectory in terms of making a positive decisions when it comes to the future. So, firstly, I would like to do a brief introduction of myself. My name is A. Clarence Debate. I am a PhD scholar from Rand University. I pursuing my doctoral degree in management study. I hold a master's degree in business administration from Punjab Technical University. I hold a bachelor degree in education administration from AMESA University, and also an associate art degree in school management from Lacosia College of Education. Additionally, I also hold a lot of certificate. Recently, I graduated from the High Education Institute from National Institute of Technical Education from India as well, where I got a postgraduate diploma. And I also got another certificate from Administrative Ethics in Governance from the Central University of Punjab, that is India as well. And so that is basically about my portfolio when it comes to my academic sojourn. And also, I've had an opportunity to be one of the a former lecturer at the Lacosta College of Education. I also have the privilege of serving in the capacities of lecturer at the Bashir University. And I also had the opportunity at the time to work with the West African Examination Council, that is WAS. And before my departure, I also had the opportunity to work with the Ministries of Education, Republic of Liberia. So that is clarity today. Uh, so I would like to now come to the discussion today of what I am here for again. Like I said to you, the topic is so interesting, integrity. So integrity, I think for me, it is something like go beyond, you know, doing something while no one is watching you. I actually believe that integrity is a foundation where an individual lay in order to build a trust that will help that person to attract or influence follower in joining him, in terms of whatever he would, to achieve in the future. So that is integrity for me, I think. So it means that a healthy to a strong ethical principle as well. So basically, in dating or integrity, I think it is beyond doing exactly what you think people think that you are doing, but it's about why you're doing the right thing, like someone said, like no one is watching. But basically, it's about laying a foundation. But in the context of leadership, integrity is the foundations upon which a truth is built, right? So, uh, basically for us young people nowadays, we go about making decisions, not taking into considerations the consequences or the consequential aspect of those decisions that we are making. But remember that in whatever we are doing, there are people watching us. And what are those things that we are doing today that people are watching us? Probably you may not see yourself on the spotlight today, but especially at times like in our country, this become very much clear. And when you happen to have the opportunity to enter into politics, that's the time you know exactly where you've been hiding or where you have been, who are those that have been watching you. So it is about doing the right thing when no one is watching. It's about being trustful to yourself or whatever you're doing. So I hope I'm audible to the audience. Hello?
Yeah, you are audible, sir.
You are. Yes, you are.
Okay. Yeah, so I wish this would be an interactive process. So I don't know how many minutes do I have to do the presentation before the interaction.
So,
Hello?
you just left for yes, hello,
Yeah, yeah.
oh no,
Yes, sir. You have
hello.
5 minutes left for, and then you're going to be taken to the questioning round by Alfred, our host, and that of our
Okay,
co-host.
okay. I had a minute, right? Or minute or two. Which one?
Yes, you have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to
Okay.
summarize.
Thank you
Hello.
so much. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Okay.
so integrity basically ensures transparency in decision making, accountability for actions, and consistency in behavior. You know, when you especially when you are being called, when you are being privileged, in fact, to serve in the capacities of being a leader. It's about place. I mean, it's about an area where in which you become transparent. It's a place where in which you open yourself to be accountable. It's about place where in which you become very consistent in your behavior because remember, whatever you are doing, there are people who are watching you. Whatever you are doing, there are people who want to be like an example to you. So if your character, if your behavior cannot be that example that it can cease to be inspired, definitely you will be a leader that will be producing people that will be creating a chaotic, how do you call the situation of a country. So be a leader is just beyond what we think. So without integrity, leadership lost credibility. Seriously, without integrity, if you are a leader, there will be no credibility for you. Without a credibility, influence demolishes. That is it. So if you are a leader, you don't have an integrity, forget about the credibility. And without the credibility, your influence will demolish. Wherever you go, people will not trust you. Wherever you say to people, people will always say, "We have heard some of those things. We have listened to this story before," and the rest of it. Like some of you, we are often like you. Many days we know that I just want to bring this, so that we can have some of those things with an example in our society. In our society where we have a lot of political actors today, there are people who are coming to politics that whenever they go somewhere, they make a political statement. You will come out and say, but this person have had a history before of this issue. So because of that, we can no longer trust this person. That is about integrity. It's what they have done. I mean, it's a quota they have left before or they have lived before, which have not had a consequential, how do you call it, impact or influence on their life, right? So it's about doing the right thing when no one is watching. So as well. So let's look at some of those definitions, and then I'll pop up by great leader like Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi, he emphasized that truth and self-discipline for him, integrity means align actions with moral beliefs, regardless of what probably or regulations. So if you are a leader and you think you are building your integrity and you does not have the moral standing, then I don't think you are an example in society. Mahatma Gandhi said that a leadership should have a moral standing. A leadership, beside you having an integrity, if you are lacking a moral standing, then definitely your follower will be leading to a stage of creating you know or setting thing in the society. So according to Abraham Lincoln as well, Abraham Lincoln also defined integrity. He said it is something known for his honesty. He believed that character is revealed in a private movement, and true leadership comes from a moral courage when unseen, right? It is integrity that makes you to be moved by what you are doing. It's about consistency, right? It is about be consistent in whatever you are doing. Remember, those of us who come here today preparing ourselves for the leadership role, there will come a time where in which we will be called upon to serve in a capacity where those we are serving will want us to do something that may not be in the interest of the country or that may not be in the interest of institutions, but they are doing it in order for them to have to satisfy their own egocentric mind. And I just being a man who have built a moral character and who have a integrity will always stay firm that if it costs me to leave the stage, I'm definitely going to do that, but I cannot go beyond this. I stand by my integrity and I'll go by it. So this is what Abraham Lincoln was saying as well. Nelson Mandela also said that why he said demonstrate integrity through perseverance and forgiveness. Even during imprisonment, he uphold his value without compromise. You see that? Nelson Mandela who went to jail for 20 some more years, but he believed that integrity is something that should be consistent. And remember, it was once when he was called upon that Nelson Mandela, with all of the time you have spent in jail, you have a family who are out there. You have people, in fact, who really want to see you. All we want you to do is forget about politics. All we want you to do is sign a commitment today that you're going to stay away from whatever we're going to be doing here. Go away about your life, and we're happy to go free. And he's still free with those people to tell them that if it costs me to stay in jail for the rest of my life, I'm going to do that. And he's too firm to his integrity. And see what happened at the end of the day. Nassim Mandela become an icon of integrity across the group. Nassim Mandela, he did not want to become a leader, but he became a kind of a star, inspirations to a lot of world leaders today that we follow in terms of some of those things we're talking about. So the last person I also want to mention about is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What did he say about leadership or integrity as well? He advocated about justice, equity. He stressed that moral responsibility exists beyond public approval. He said doing right, even in silence, was central to his philosophy, right? Remember as well, as I conclude on this, we all know the histories of Martin Luther King Jr., where he came from. Martin Luther King Jr., he came from a place where he was one held in captivity. In fact, let's use the word of slavery. In fact, he was in a society where in which people felt that he doesn't have that moral, operandi to stand against people. In fact, to preach about justice because he was not part of the elite that were part of the decision making process within the United States of America. But being a leader of integrity, being a leader who stood for what exactly he thought that could be a star for the world, he stood firm that in fact I'm going to stand by what I'm going to be doing in order so that our people can be free. And it is true for that today, the great United States of America today have a constitution that don't only include black African, but everyone across the world can go in Latin America because some of those, philosophy that he laid during the, early period. So basically, I would like to, there are a lot of definitions, there are a lot of examples we can give here. So to conclusively conclude,
Yeah.
I think when one is watching is the test of integrity. So I would like to stop here so that we can get some questions and if necessary. But we've had other things to say anyway. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think you have given some examples that actually we can say some references that we can actually look at and say, okay, this guy is of integrity. You talk man like Nelson Mandela. You talk about men like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and you just name the rest. These are men that have. These are men with integrity. Even today, they are no more. But people still look up to them. People still look at their, people still listen to their speeches. People still read their books and actually try to put their life in order. So today is our topic: integrity, doing what is but no one is watching. So before we actually go to our round of questions, we would like to take a few minutes of musical intro, and then we will be back shortly. Thank you.
Oh, my TV, light in the world. My TV, shine on the screen. Voices of hope, living the dream. From Africa's heart to the world we see. Truth and culture. My TV, my TV, bringing light each day. Stories that guide us, show the way. One love, one voice, one destiny. Welcome to the future, Maya TV. A vision was born with a purpose so true. Buena Myers, we honor you. With faith and courage, the journey began. Building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth, the light stayed strong. Turning every challenge into
Okay, thank you. Welcome back again. So, to our audience today, we are discussing integrity, doing what is right when no one is actually watching you, where you are in your private, no one is actually watching. Look, integrity is equal to a consistency between values and that of words and actions. It is about honesty. It is about moral uprights. It's about accountability in private. So the key character is your insincerity, where you have to be sincere about what you do and how you do it. So integrity is not about situationship. It's not about where it based on certain situation or on certain circumstances, and then you try to show that you are trustworthy. But it's about a lifestyle. It's about how you behave, whether in private or in public. It's about you being consistent. This is what integrity. So that's why we say doing what is right when no one is watching, doing the rightful thing when no one is actually looking at you, whether you are in the private area or you are in the public space. But do because consistency is about you doing the right thing over and over and over again at the same time, at the same action, the same words, not you changing your words at set point in time. This is integrity. Tonight we actually learned that integrity is all about trust. Tonight we all learned about some men with integrity like Nelson Mandela, some men integrity like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and many more. So tonight we are actually discussing this. We actually live in a world today, like I said earlier, we live in a world today that so many people in shortcuts because shortcuts is reward, and then accountability is where it's always absent because people actually see that shortcut they just the way in which they get things done they can and then get that reward, but forgetting to know that accountability is more important. But nowadays accountability is being absent, so people no more live with their integrity. People no more have people no more build that character that will actually So my co-host tonight, I call her our, I don't know how can I call her, Philip. How do we call this our beautiful sister?
She's actually our African queen though, and queen is also our Miss World. Why Kebe is the African queen, and queen is the Miss World for us.
Okay, so our African queen, Miss Kebe, which is our co-host tonight. I want to actually ask a question based on integrity. So what does integrity mean in everyday life? I don't
You are
know.
now
Philip, are you getting Kebe?
no, I can hear her. Can you go back off and come on? You can go off and come back on. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so while we await Miss Kebe, Philip, can you answer this question? What actually do we mean about in everyday life?
So very simple thing, right? When we talk about integrity in our everyday lives, is when you are able to admit your wrongs, your mistakes. You are very open to tell people that yes, I'm the one who did this wrong. Yes, I'm the one who made these mistakes. Yes, I am the one. Yes, I am the one. So your ability to be able to admit to your mistakes, your ability to recognize your weaknesses, your ability to speak truth always and stay true to yourself, that is an example of integrity in our everyday lives. Many people would actually consider integrity to be, you being perfect. No, integrity is not about you being perfect, but you are able to show up on time to do a particular thing the right way, but not the wrong way. You are able to do that, house chores without you complaining, right? Whenever you messed up, when no one is around, you messed up, and someone comes back and be like, "Who did this?" Your ability to admit to that, we call that integrity. But many young people these days, they are afraid to be vulnerable. Many young people these days, they are afraid to speak the truth. And we say you lack integrity. So in our everyday lives, the small things we do with sincerity, the small things we do with the responsibility given us, the small things we do, that small action we perform with honesty, we call that integrity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You may mention
I'm
to
sorry you're not
doing
audible to
things
me. I
and
think I
then
have to go back off and come
before.
back on. I'm sorry.
Okay, Maris, are you getting me?
Yeah, Alpha, you are audible.
Maris,
You
are
are audible, Alpha.
you?
You are.
Okay, okay, thank you. So when Philip was just speaking, he do mention people actually doing some things not to protect their integrity because basically they actually fall into some situations and then at certain point in time they actually try to tarnish their integrity, try to damage their integrity because of probably the surrounding or how people will actually point at them, how people will actually see them to be, and then they don't want to say the truth. We see that wherein we are actually in a friend zone, and then this do something because I actually want to protect my friend, and at that point of time, I try to damage my integrity by not saying the truth, but rather defending my friend. So nowadays that's how people try to damage their integrity. So to Myers, I want to know. So, but do people actually compromise integrity even when they know what is actually right?
Thank you, Alpha. Can you just repeat the question again?
So, am I audible? Are you getting me?
Yeah, yeah, you are now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm saying, why do people actually compromise their integrity even when they know that what they are doing is not right?
Thank you, Alpha, and thanks to our listeners. The first thing I would say is for self gain or self interest. There are a lot of us today, we feel like, I have to do this thing because once I do this thing, it's going to profit me, it's going to profit my family and what have you, but we don't look at the outcome that comes tomorrow or the rest of the time. So, because of self interest or self gain, we try to do it and we know that it is not good. We know that it is not good. So, we do it, right? So you know that corruption is not good, but you work in an entity where you have maybe like a form that came up, and that form was to be used for a certain purpose, and you know that it is not good, but maybe you want to you also thinking right, or you want to build a modern house, you want to have a good family, what have you time and what have you, and because of that, your self interest or your self gain, and you decide to compromise those things. You decide to compromise it. And you know what happened after? Once you compromise these things, there are a lot of us, we look at the short terms things that we do, right? We don't look at the long terms problem that comes with it. That's why you see today a lot of people are being indicted when it comes to corruptions. A lot of people, characters or generation have been living with this kind of mindset of people that this particular family you see when it comes to the issue of finance or trust or integrity, they doesn't have it because previously what a single person from that particular family did when it comes to compromising things. After in our school today, in our communities, in our government, even at the church places sometimes we see these things happen, right? People compromise because of little or nothing. Let's stay for the church setting, right? You see that this person is in the church only because they are bringing one or two things, but try to be so violent. You, as the head or leaders, you don't want to say the truth to them, that will help them to transform or to change. But rather because you feel like when I tell this man this particular thing, why would this man bring back? This man won't bring anything again. He will try to start, try to take away and will try to compromise these things. What happened at the end of the day? This thing will live, and you that individual today who trying to compromise this thing, you look at it today to be very small, but at a certain point of time where you want to shift, it become problem for you. Now there is no way for you to shift because you have already started the compromising already, and these are things we see today in our society. And I said to you, people do it because of self-interest or self-gain. They want to please their self. They want to please their family. They want to please those friends that they love. Let me give you this last example, Alfred. Alpha is my best friend, and I know that what Alpha is doing is not right, right? And maybe we get somewhere where they are trying to ask some question regarding Alpha and other things. Only because I know Alpha is my friend, I try to cover Alpha and say, oh no, 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 no. At the end of the day, I look at it today, right? Alpha is doing it to another person, I'm trying to cover him. But tomorrow, what become of it? When Alpha try to turn, because the often gives this statement, right? Whenever you send your four fingers, one come back to you, right? It's common. What goes around comes around. What becomes of you tomorrow? So I tell you today because of self-interest, that's why people do this. Thank you, Alfred.
Okay, thank you so much. So, our brother make us to understand tonight that while the most reason that sometimes people compromise their integrity is because of self gain, what they actually going to gain in that situations, what they actually going to gain in that problem was whatever things that is happening at that moment, what actually going to gain. For instance, is this about the friendship, what actually I'm gaining from Myers. So based on that, I'm going to tarnish my integrity because of the what I'm gaining from Mr. Clarence. So because of that, I'm going to tarnish my integrity. That in all the mention of our government sectors, nowadays you will see our leaders, they will try what all they can to actually do some evil things, some bad things, to squander the resources of the country or whatever thing because they know what actually they will get. Even if they are saying what is happening is not actually right, that point they cannot talk because at the end of that conversation or of that month, they might get about something like about 20 to 50,000 in their account that help them to whatever thing do whatever thing. So if you going to say the truth, you are not going to get that benefit. So so that's it. He's talking about self gain. So now to our guest. When our guest was here speaking, he do make mention of some important leaders that we all look up to now, right? But we listen to that speeches, we listen to to their species. Yes, we watch their videos and also read their books. Like men like Nelson Mandela, he also talked about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and then he talked about them a little bit and what they say about integrity. So to our guests, I want to ask this question to you. So how does integrity influence leadership in trust?
All right,
Our guest, Mr. Clarence, are you?
you said how
Yeah,
does
how does
leadership?
integrity influence? Yeah, how does integrity influence leadership and trust?
Okay, basically what firstly you see if as a leader you allow yourself to be influenced, or you allow yourself to be bold, or you compromise your integrity for the sake of, you know, for the sake of nothing or for the sake of cash, then you don't have an integrity. First of all, integrity is staying free. It's about being free with your decision. It's about being consistent in whatever you're doing. And how do you become influenced by people? You become influenced by building the trust. How do you build the trust in people? And how do people follow you and build that trust in you? Is by, I mean, the process is about, like I said before, it's about you being that person. I don't care how the tension come out. I don't care how who comes out to demand. I don't care how who comes out to torment you. When there is a situations where they want to influence you, it's about you standing firmly. By you coming out to be firm in decision making, it's about being the trust, thereby influencing your follower. Because remember, nowadays, especially in our country, uh, I can't follow politicians based on their past history. I can't, criticize politicians based on as well their past history, and we become influenced by their past history. And based on those things, we come out to say that, yeah, we're going to go behind this person based on what they have been doing. So we become, I mean, we actually influence people in society based on the trust that we have built. And that trust will help us to be, to influence people based, in line with our integrity as well. So, my brother Alfred, the problem about this issue is about, let's say, to give another example, the student committee we are in today. Everyone feel that we are only here going to school. But the very chat room that we are all in our university chat room, in our, how do you call it, in the AS, ASR chat room, there are people at times who will look at Alfred. They will look at the number for long and look at some of the comments he has been making in the chat room. They will be keeping the comment. What I don't comment at times he make in the chat room, I don't comment really about, are they in line with, what he stands for? Are they in line in terms of supporting the student community? Is it only a person to criticize an issue, not finding solution to issue? So these are places where in which people evaluate you. And by people influencing you, is about your past period based on based on the accomplishment, based on the contribution you have made, and based on the trust that you have made, that you have built in society. So that is how I think we become influenced by other people.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Clarence. So I actually grabbed that based on the influence you make on people or in your organization, in your surrounding, in your community, in your country at large. It actually shows your integrity if you're being true, if you're actually being consistent, if you are not criticizing, if you are not saying negative things, if you are doing things what is actually right, it actually shows your integrity. So thank you so much. So to my co-host, we were actually asking you a question earlier, but you were facing network issues. So we have this question for you that says, what are the consequences of living without integrity?
It is to me as well.
No, so our co-host, Miss Kevin. Miss Kevin, are you here? Oh, okay. I think Miss Kevin is kind of facing network issues. So we will send this question to Miss Queen Annie. Are you here, ma'am? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right at the moment. Miss Queen Annie, are you here, ma'am?
I'm here and I'm excited of the way you have learned to pronounce my dad's name.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will send you my scanner after this. I'll send you my scanner after this. So, here is the question: what are the consequences of living without integrity?
Um, First of all, once you are a human, or either a leader or teacher or anybody in society, once you are living without integrity, first your word will be empty. If you speak, it becomes laughable in the ears of people. That's the first thing. Second, you will lose your value as a human. Um, there will be no respect for it because integrity is very cardinal to one's life. Whether you are a leader, you are a parent, you are just human, is cardinal to our life. So if you are living without those attributes, it tells that you are yearning for failure. No one listening to you. People see you as a laughing stock. Once you are speaking, people just say it's a mere talk. Sometimes it's a mere bluff because while you are living over integrity. So these are consequences if a human is living over integrity. You have, like I said, you have no respect in society. Your words become empty in the ears of people. Won't ever they listen to your voice, and it become laughable in their ears. So that's it.
Okay. Uh, hello. Am I audible?
You are.
Are you getting me, Maris?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So, thank you so much. You are Miss Queen Annie. You made mention of people with no integrity. Those people was are not heard. These people are not respected. These people are not trustworthy in the community. People don't listen to them. People don't take them serious because whatever thing they say, they don't stand by it. They just see it out of words that comes from us with everything. So thank you so much. So we will take a few music intro, and then after that, our co-host will take over, and then we will call this a day. Thank you.
Oh, my TV.
All right, are you there, Lisa?
Shine on the screen, voices of hope, living the dream from Africa's heart to the world we see. Truth and culture, Maya's TV, Maya's TV, bringing light each day, stories that guide us, show the way, one love, one voice.
Okay, good evening, good afternoon again. Welcome to this second session of the show again. So if you are just joining us, this is the Myers TV, and tonight again we are discussing our topic is integrity, doing the right thing when no one is watching. So now to our guests again, we say welcome tonight, and now we transition to the second aspect, which has to do with the practical aspect of tonight's show. So to our guests, the first question, like you are talking, you discussed that integrity is trust building. You need to build integrity. So the first question is, how can a young individual, like people like us, build integrity in our school, in our daily life? Our best for tonight.
The questions to me, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, it's about how do we leave the legacy, or how do we practice to be a leader? Uh, Basically, it's about you. In fact, one of the principles is what today you are following, because going to school is one aspect of learning leadership role, and learning about people who have contributed greatly to our society, like a new few motivational speaker, a new few influential leader. I did mentions about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I did mentions about Nelson Mandela. I did mentions about Mohammed Gandhi. I did mentions about and Mother Teresa. I mean, I did talk about Mother Teresa, but these are people who had influentials when it comes to serving with integrity. These are people who have demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt. And if you follow their principles of leadership, definitely you're going to become that person society going to be proud of. So these are basic principles. These are very model that you can go by. Even though there are special field of study that you can go into, like leadership, you can also try to see how best you can take online courses, uh classes that have a topic on the leadership role. It will also help to to build you up. It will also help to make it to be very sharp when it comes to their making decisions and being that person that you want to see shape the society in a positive direction. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Rahel, our guest tonight, and our followers and following tonight. One thing you said that if you want to practice to have a good integrity in your daily life, one thing is, as a young person, you should learn to follow people in society that have integrity, like you name great people that have up to today's date. We are reading about them and we hear about them, but we didn't see about what they did in the past, their legacy, their integrity, what they stand for. And another thing is to better your life as a young individual, you should do an online program because doing online program, you meet great speakers on that platform that will teach you about life. And some of them will even tell you about their life, how they have been successful, what they passed through, and what they think. So now we move to Mr. Dodo. What role do family play in upbringing or building or integrating in our lives, in our children's life, other people? Which role family play?
Thank you, ma'am. And I just like all of your responses, with respect to the guest answer to the question. That's why I was kind of cheering you on. Yeah. Okay. Very simple role our family play, right, when it comes to our integrity building. Like someone said, uh, we were not born, with that skill of integrity. Every human was not born with the skill of integrity, but how can you build that skill, right? It's about learning to stay disciplined to the things you are in charge of, and not only stay disciplined to them, but you are able to do them properly. The little work being given you. So, to our families, with respect to your question, it is upon our family, it is their responsibility to instill in us or through discipline and ensure that we remain consistent to the responsibility or the discipline being instilled in us. For example, I'm a child and I have my mom or dad, and they have put me in charge of cleaning the best place I like to clean the house is the bathroom. So let me use that example, right? I like to clean the bathroom and the kitchen as well because my food business is at another level. So if they actually put me in charge of the bathroom and that of the kitchen, now it is upon me to do exactly what they have instructed me to do. And it is also upon them to ensure that I remain consistent to what I've been told to do. For any reason, I say again, just for any reason, I came to them and said that I ain't going to do this thing. I'm tired today. I'm not the only kid in the house. And then my mom be like, yeah, you're not the only kid. And mommy's bored. Or my dad be like, yo, man, you go take a rest. No, you're not helping me to build that skill of integrity. Because remember, when you are not around, when you're not available in the house or in the home, you go on your way. You went to your job site, you went to the marketplace, or you went, on an errand. And then I am to do that work. But mom is not around, dad is not around. I ain't going to do that work, Myers. Susie, I ain't going to do that work. I'm going to relax because I remember mom telling me, yo, man, it's okay. I remember dad telling me, yo, man, relax. But the parents' responsibility, right, and the ability they have is to ensure that I remain consistent to the discipline and responsibility being put in my charge to do. If for any reason they dare to spare the rod, come on, Susie. You ain't going to see any form of integrity in me as I grow from, a childhood, to 18 and then going to young adult and on and on and on. So it is the responsibility of our parents to remain consistent to the discipline they instill in us. It is upon our parents to remain consistent with the responsibilities they have given us and ensure that we do them with all honesty and sincerity. And we should be able to do them, properly and on time. I ain't going to lag back. If I'm lagging back and I'm not doing that work properly, it is upon them to discipline me. It is upon them to ensure that I do it. So our parents are the first people that actually built in us integrity. And as we grow from childhood and come to teen age, young adult, and you name it, then the people tend to see us as integrity minded people. So I think that's what I have to share to your question.
Okay, let me know you right there. You say our parents have it. So in the case wherein our parents play their role, like for example, you are back home, your child come from a good home where their parents discipline them. They at the end of the day, when we are opportunity to travel like in India, the child come here, they from a good home, well disciplined. But later on the child change, being that type of person. How do you explain to our fans in that aspect?
Well, you transitioning, from the discipline instilled in you by your parents, the responsibilities you used to do back home, and then you left your parents for a few months or a few years, and all of a sudden you change from good to bad. Is that your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, I mean, it's kind of simple. Number one, let's have a step back. Maybe my parents were not consistent enough to ensure that I do the things which were in my charge. Maybe they were not, very strong and straight enough to tell me to do these things even in their absence. Because come to think of it, ma'am, the responsibilities are given me. I have been put in charge to do XYZ thing. Mom goes to work, or dad goes to work, or they went somewhere else, and they came back one evening. What I should do as a house choice, I did not do. And mom did not say anything. Dad did not say anything. Instead, they kind of pamper me. It's okay, God. Imagine if you do that one, two, three, four, 5 times, it has already been a part of me. So parents pampering their kids or children when they don't do the things they ought to do properly and with time and discipline, and you just be like, it's okay, it's okay. It's going to follow you. Now you make the comparison between our home and India. Now, here is it. I don't like to in the public space. Let me talk about the university end, right? If I ever went to the university bathroom and I cannot use the bathroom, I ensure that that place is clean. I just don't even wait on the house help to come and clean that area for me. No. If I know that that place is not, it's not clean and it's still messy up, I'm going to ensure that the house help give me those materials. If I have the time to do, give me those materials to ensure that that washroom is being cleaned. Why? Because back home, if for any reason I did not do the work properly, come on, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to be punished. So people you see coming outside of their hometown, outside of their country to another country, and that things which they used to do and they are doing no more, those people, parents, were not consistent enough on disciplining them. Those people, parents, were not straight and strong enough, in disciplining them and telling them what to do. For some of us who were very fortunate that whenever you made a mistake, you'll be corrected. Whenever you make mistakes, you'll be corrected, either by the rod or by punishment. That's my mom right there. That's my mom. That's what I always told you guys on the show, that my mom, she doesn't care. She just be like, hey man, you already know who you are. So just stay true to yourself and do exactly what you ought to do. She's not here and there calling me, yo, what's up? I hope you did this, you did that. No. She remember when I was a child, those things I did not used to do when they were put in charge of me. She ensured that I do them. She remained consistent, she remained strong, and she remained straight on those things. So that's why today she doesn't bother. She calls me anytime she feels like, because she knows that I am not going to go off track. I'm going to remain on path and I do those things I am ought to do. So those people we see going here and there, those people parents were not straight, strong, and consistent enough. That's what they do, what they have to do. We do not call that peer pressure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dodo. One thing I want to say for the West for tonight. Uh, one thing as an individual, if you are coming up, one thing you need to do that, one thing you need to build that trust. The first person that's supposed to have trust in you is your parents. If your parents didn't trust you, how other people outside will trust you? And your parents
Right.
trust you based on your attitude, what you do at home. Because even if you are far away, someone take a phone and call your parents and tell them that you are doing this. So your parents will be there, no, the person is not like this because they know who you are and they know what you can do and what you can do. Okay, now we transition to Mr. Myers for the next question. Uh, your question says that how do we rebuild trust in society where integrity is declining by the day? How can we build trust?
Thank you, Susie. Thanks to all of our people on the show tonight, right? So, you want to rebuild a trust. You firstly have to work on those things that people lose trust on you, right? If you Let's take for example, because we are all talking about the practical steps of this. You are working to an entity, right? Where they said $500 got missing, and when they did some investigation, you were involved in that, in that kind of act, right? And everyone at that place, where when they said you was the one who took that money, people said no, they couldn't believe it, right? Because they felt like, no, I don't think, sorry to use you, Philip, I don't think Philip can do this. I don't think Miles can do this. I don't think this person can do this, right? So right away they try to create that kind of atmosphere for you. But sometimes people do these things right based on circumstances or based on situation. That's why do not allow your emotion to make you to do what you don't want to do at certain point of time, right? Maybe you have a project or you have something that you want to do, right? And you have tried on your own way getting your own money. You feel like you cannot get it right, and at that entity, like I said, at that entity, and you went there to carry on that kind of art. Now they have caught you in the art. It is not something that you know that is really into you. You know, there are some attitude or some behavior we carry on. It is not something that into us, but sometimes we want to try new things. We want to try something new, right? And sometimes we try, we fail, right? So how can this person now rebuild in you? The first thing, like I said, you have to work on yourself. You have to rethink, and you have to work now in line that with that trust and respect. You have to do everything to prove to that person that you are not a person. And how can you prove to them? Now, whenever you have been given whatever thing at that particular place, you should make sure to be that kind of person of accountability, right? Give that proper accountability. There are one of the things we lack of today, accountability, right? Be that person that will be very sincere, be truthful. That's how you build it. Now, because the people have lost all their trust, all these things. So now you have to be truthful to people now. Everything you will say now to them, whether is gonna be one that you were wrong in the act, just be truthful and say it whenever they ask you. Because whenever you do the second lie, they say first in our librarian setting, we say first food are food, right? But second food, it is not food, right? They'll be like, but this is the person kind of attitude. So firstly, you have to be accountable now because everything at that office now, they will be looking up to you. Anything happens, they'll be like, oh, watch Afro or watch Philip, watch this other person, these are things people will be saying. So now you have to be accountable of everything that you do. You have to be truthful to yourself. Before you be truthful to other people now, because these people are already lost their trust and respect or whatever they have for you. Now you have to be truthful to yourself. Be sincere to yourself, right? Tell yourself, I'm not going to do this. And another thing, now you should set a boundary, have an ethics, right? There are a lot of us, we get on a job or some things that we do, we lack ethics, right? We lack that job ethics. Before you get on a job, there was rules and regulation that was given to you. But once you get on that job, on a sudden you decide to change and other things, right? So now you have already made these people to know that no, this man can no longer live by these rules and regulation. Now I'm telling you, you have to create that kind of ethics, right? You should create that kind of ethics for that particular job. Build confidence in yourself as well. Because we learn from our mistakes sometimes, right? You should build confidence in yourself as well that no, I don't think this, even though this things that they wasn't right, but I think this time around I'm not going to do it. Don't be deterred. We are all human. Sometimes it happens in our human capacity, right? You have to build confidence and redo those things that you used to do before so that those people who did not trust you at a certain point of time can regain that trust and confidence in you. And once you do these things, what happens at the end of the day, you become that kind of person that people feel you were before you change to that person for that period of time. People can change, right? For just a short term. It was just a short term, and then you have to switch and go back to your real self. Like I said, you do some things, it is not something that you emotionally did, right? But you did it maybe because of certain circumstances. While you have done those things, now you try to work on them, go back and say, or make an open confession as well. One of the things, you should make an open confession. Confess, be truthful to people, don't lie, say whatever was done, and these people will try to see reason. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Myers. One thing I admire about you, you said that accountability. Yes. One thing I tell people, if you are working with group of people, whether in organization, in an entity, one thing you need to do, whether you are a secretary or not, as an individual, learn to keep your own record. I can remember years back when I was working with ASM as owner of the sporting committee. ASI has a policy that when if you do all the program, when the government that is in Paris they want to turn over, you guys that were appointed, they will like come to you, they ask you for your report because the president has to have a general report for everyone. Then before he is turning out note now, like his report. So and I'm a one person because when back home I working with LFA, I'll like used to keep all my record, whether I be secretary or not. Even if we go for game sheet, even if a player do like substitution, I keep those things because you may not know one day they will ask you as a proof so so and so gameplay at this time. how many substitution were made, you need to show. So I just used to pack all those things. So when the leadership were about to tell me what that day, I just received a message from the leadership saying that, oh, how many all the games that were hosted, send me all the record, all the list. I was like, ah, it was very easy because I was keeping those things. So I told the girl, so, but I still have everything there. So it made it to be like, there's 5 years I wasn't paying, but like even tomorrow the person lost, even up to present, if he asked me for that report, the time I served ASI, especially on the sporting committee, I will provide you that report because you make yourself accountability to those things. Okay, now to our guest. We move now to real life scenario. Okay, like one thing is the like a scenario is your employee. I hope our guest is getting me. Hello, am I
Yes, yes,
audible?
yeah, you are audible.
O- Okay. Now, like the real life scenario has to do with your employee uses company or company resources for personal use. So where do we draw the line between opportunities and integrity?
Firstly, if you do that as a person, yeah, before coming to answer your questions about how do we distinguish between opportunity, integrity. Philip create a very good point. Like one of those people, in fact, that we should learn from our family, from our background, from our our parents and the rest of it. Yeah, these are places foundationally that we should begin from in terms of building up our character, our upbringing, but it is not necessarily that at times that we people already learn those philosophies of leadership in a family, but really that is the fundamental aspect of it. When you have that building up, especially for like normally people from the Christian background, yeah, without no disregard to the Islamic people, they are also people who really train their children as well. But if you are blessed to be from the home, especially when you have been raised by a mother or pastor, and you become to be very humble, you will come up with that kindness that wherever you go, people will say, yeah, that boy, or that woman or that person is the kind of person that we should, go up to or look up to in society. So these are basic fundamental. Thank you, Philip, for short your emphasis. Again, firstly, I don't think that's the opportunity. Cover your questions. I don't think that's the opportunity. It's about, like you said, about self-aggrandizement or egocentrism, where in which you or investment, because taking something that doesn't belong to you and you consider to be an opportunity, I don't think it is an opportunity. It is about investment. It is about being criminal in nature, and I think this thing should be somehow or displayed in society, should not be given credence to. Integrity is some uh, doing the right thing when no one is watching. Integrity is looking. I mean, it's being firm. You know, I have seen it. I mean, I have worked with someone in Liberia before. During the Ebola crisis, I working with MSF Beijing, and during the Ebola crisis, they had a camp right to the Ebola camp right to ELB Junction. We have one of the medical doctors that were there. He decided to leave the job, and at the time, it was very simple based on the principle that we had to change the figure, because at the time, the more figure that being enhanced, the more money that come to the health sector. That was the philosophy at the time they were using. Even though I'm not saying people were not dying, like people were already dying, but according to him, when the figure, because he was actually responsible, I mean, was actually assigned to those, enhancements of figure, in terms of how many persons had died today, how many persons have been reported today, and he's still very firm that if we just continue with this figure, will have more money, will have a lot of contract to go with. So and he decided to say, no, I have to step aside because I cannot keep on doing this in order for me to be better, for me to get more money while our people are dying or while our people taking this things to be like a lifetime sentence. So, Sister Kabet, to answer your questions, that those things should be actually overlooked in society. I mean, should be somehow discouraged in society. Opportunity is something like you that comes to you based on based on your hard work and based on what you have worked for in society and utilizing yourself into that opportunity, thereby not harming or not hurting any other person. That is the opportunity, utilizing yourself into it. But now in which going as far as undermining your integrity in order for you to get something doing or in order for to be benefit at the end of the day. That's not it. So that's my view regarding your questions.
Okay, thank you so much. One thing I admire that you said not undermining your integrity because you want to do well. That is right. Okay, so Miss Queen, are you getting me? If we are talking about real life scenario, like a student cheats during exam because others are doing it. So the question is integrity still important when everyone else is doing wrong? Miss Queen.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. First, let me just dive into the first question you asked really before coming to your question. When Philip was speaking, I actually have problem in the last time he said such like about African parents, most of African parents were like he mentioned, even if you are tired and telling your parents that I'm tired and they'll still force you somehow to do these things. These are things that make integrity as being the kill in the life of you today. Because wherein you are brought up from a home that it's good to be under restriction, but in the process of something that have been enforced or forcefully done, like I have a life experience on that. I grew up in a church, yeah, in a church home, pastor house. So a lot of people live there as well. The issue of telling, even if the child is tired, you want them to go and preach, you want them to go and do these things, right? At the end of the day, they do it in a middle R7. Like once the parents are around, they pretend and understand like yeah, they are on fire for Jesus. Once mother is not around, everybody doing their own thing. And I used to be one of the person I used to like if I'm saying I'm tired today, I come from school. Just listen to me because you can't get anything from me. At the end of the day, the second is very, very stubborn. So I always tell them like it will come a time I will leave from here, I will go, I will stay on my own, I'll go to my house. What happens is like my mom is not around, who raise the children to pray? If I'm doing it in the midst of R7, everything I want because my mom is looking at me, I have to do these things. And I can say for sure, today, in here, no one's I've been almost 3 years, no one forcing me to go to church. No one forcing me to fast. No one forcing me to pray. But these things I learned, right? Like without R7, like because my parents is forcing me, there's a need, I just do this, just for them to talk to me. At the end of the day, no one tell you to go to church, yeah, Susan. You say we're going to go to church. No one tell you, Susan, Kayla, read a Bible, pray. Yourself will do these things because that's something you have learned within it. And today you are living by these things, right? So that's just Philip point the African parent. If you tell them like I'm tired, they will force you into this thing. At the end of the day, you just do it out of pretend. So coming to your question, Susan, like when we talk about integrity, I mentioned earlier that doing the right thing, even if no one is watching, the process of everyone doing wrong, think you knowing very well it's wrong to cheat in exam. And then because you are seeing other people are doing it and perhaps you don't want them their grade to be above yours, you join them in that act, that's not integrity. it tells that your integrity has been like is trash because let's say for instance those people that in the house of parliament in Liberia or other countries, at times we can point out some lawmakers in the house that this person stands for the truth. Even if everyone is bashing at them, they are standing for the truth regardless of the money that have been offered for them to work in part with those things that are wrong. They still stand for the truth. Even today in Africa, in Liberia, and other countries, we stand today and point at those people that they stand for the truth. When it comes to advocacy online, you people who are advocating, yeah, preach on this, preach on that. But if it happens to their neighbors, if it happens to their family, trust me, most of them don't do that. It's just that I don't see it as advocate. I see it as something that you just want the word. You just need that validation from the internet, from the media. So coming back, if you are a person that is in class and you are seeing all your friends, parents, even the teacher, like at times, I think I experienced that first semester, like in your order when you come your whole brain tackler, you thinking how to face your life first, way face your brain. And then sometimes the Indians when they try to do some cheat on the test, like I wanna say first semester that my instructor passed by her, like she didn't say anything. Imagine all Africans start talking, oh yes, we can take our phone. Guess what? Camera why you do that thing. You're not Indians, you African. They will deal with you the real African way. So knowing very well that even if you are Indians, you know cheating is wrong. Wrong is wrong. And you shouldn't be manipulated by your friends or influenced by people perhaps you don't want to score higher grade than you. Do what is right. Steady, do your work what is right. While you steady, put on it. But even if you score zero, you know that this is your work. You work for this. Next time, should I improve or should I continue the same path? And that's integrity there, Susan. So let me just stop here for now.
Okay, thank you so much. And one thing I like you said, you know, like we are in India, we often say these things. If you see Indians doing those things, we'll be like, oh, they are Indian, they are Indian. You know, like it happened when we came first, 2021. The Indians used to be doing things, we used to be like, teacher was teaching us that and she was teaching us that and moral ethics. So she told us like, anytime we used to do like we used to compare ourselves with the English. One time she told us, she said those things you're doing are bad because one, you flew from your country to come here to go to school. And another thing, you are going back home. Your country, your family, your friends, everyone have high expectation of you, right? Those Indians, most of them don't even have like plane to leave India. Some of them they have their family or they establish and they feeling it just go to be doing business. But you now if you be like with the Indians, you be like, oh yes, the Indians that they go back home. What will you give? What will you show that yes, I will bash, I will in India, I will wear this? What will you put? Carrying the paper is one thing, defending your paper is another thing. Because you will get the paper, but if you don't know how to defend the paper, people questions your qualification at that point. Okay, so move further tonight. If you are just joining us, this is the Myers TV, and tonight we are discussing integrity, which is doing the right thing. No one is watching. So we'll move further to our guest. We are running out of time now. So can you please give your parting statement for tonight? We should be about to approach the closing for tonight.
Uh, okay, to my party statement, I want to take this time to say grateful to all of the organizer. I want to say thanks to everyone who had made this discussions a unique one, and we're looking forward to a greater opportunity for discussing issues and issues that help to shape the features of our country, the features of our mind, and also to transform our young people in society. And again, I would also like to say this: those of us who are here in school, there are a lot of opportunities here. There are a lot of opportunities here, especially to learn. Don't use the internet on the Facebook every time without you doing nothing, especially when it comes to going online to do some free online courses here. India has a lot of online program that is 100% free of charge. You can go online to search for free online courses. India has a lot of them. You got more than 20 websites that you can find. It will help to build you up. It will help to shape you up. Be from the medical background, be from the engineer background, from whatsoever you find yourself. Take a course that will help to shape your idea in terms of leadership because you don't know where tomorrow you're going to be. So again, I would like to say thank you to everyone and thank to the organizer. Thank to my sister, Kabe. Thank to Queen and the beautiful Queen. Her name matches her beauty anyway. Thank to our brother Myers. Pity has gone already, and our brother. So that's it anyway. I wish again to interact with you guys again. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Clarence, and thank you on behalf of the Myers TV. Thank you for accepting our invitation, and thank you for being here tonight, sharing your knowledge with us and with our audience. Okay, now we move to Miss Queen, your parting statement for tonight, please.
Thank you so much, our co-host. First of all, let me say thanks to our guest, Clarence. Thanks for accepting our invite. We want to say you are welcome to the Myers TV family. Our doors are open anytime for you to share your knowledge that will transform the minds of young people, the minds of humans. So I also want to say thank to our followers for always being here, and even those that will watch the show after. And thanks to our panelists. I want to say good night from my end. Thank you.
Okay, quick little wrap up to the CEO himself, Mr. Myers, your parting statement for tonight, please.
Let me say thank you, Kebe. Thanks to Queen and then all of our guests who just left. So to all of our people who are following, I want to say take integrity very serious. Whatever you do, sometimes we make mistakes, but we can work from our mistakes. There are a lot of students here today. Our parents entrusted us and say yes, go there and make us proud. But we come here today and take academic very unserious. We feel like it is not our priority. When people try to advise us, we feel like they are telling us the wrongful thing. In fact, they are insulting us. But I want to say today that whatever you do, know that it live after you tomorrow. You shall have leave this place and get back home. Integrity going to speak because there are a lot of people today will try to fake documents and feel like yeah, that's Liberia. But whatever you do, integrity live in you because imagine once you are not doing the rightful thing. And whenever you feel like you are doing it at the rightful time, when you feel like you classify yourself to be the rightful person, even your conscience can set you free. You know that you are not qualified for that particular thing you're doing, and your heart will try to trouble you. At the end of the day, some way, somehow, those things gonna come up. So I want to say thanks to all of our listeners, and we're gonna be back here Friday. We hope that you can join us. Thank you to Kebe and Queen again for the show. I do appreciate everyone, and thank you once more.
Okay, to our listeners, one thing I have to say tonight, integrity may not always be easy, but it's always be a choice. So to build a strong society, begin with an individual who chooses to do the right thing even when no one is watching. Stay true to yourself. So as long as you are doing something you know is right. Thank you for joining us tonight. We see you again Friday. Don't forget to like, share, and even if you want to replay, come back, replay, you'll be there. See you Friday. Bye.